Hello everyone, welcome to Science and Tech series with Dr. Ved Rana. Topic for today's discussion is from health and medicine sector. There is a controversial disease which is in news and the world is already battling a pandemic. It cannot just get any worse from it, and there is a high possibility that you are going to see more of this disease in coming days because already the current outbreak has claimed 7 lives and almost 60 to 70 individuals have been affected. So we will be discussing today a new disease which is in headlines SFTs. So what does this disease is, what are its vaccination treatment, are there any, if, and then what are the major signs and symptoms. This is what we are going to decode in today's health update. So first of all, the acronym which has been given to this disease is quite an intriguing one, SFT. So first of all, let's just decode what does this acronym means. The S stands for severe, F is for fever. These are commonly not too difficult to understand. The third term is a technical one, thrombocytopenia, and finally we have a syndrome. So if you are not from science background or you have not studied the general biology, this term is going to be a little tricky to decode. First of all, let's try to break it up. Thrombo means thrombocyte is the scientific name of a particular blood cells which we call the platelets. You must have read the blood theme. There is a plasma and there are 3 types of cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So this is referring to the platelets here. Penia means decrease in count. Just like you hear the anemia word, in which the RBC count at times decreases or the qualitative nature is compromised. So in this you have to understand, this is a technical word is referring to low platelet count, which is going to be the major sign, early warning sign of the syndrome. So this is what the acronym means. Now coming to the causative agent, we must classify the disease whether it's a bacterial one or it's a viral or protozoan or fungi. So as I just started highlighted that it is a viral disease. So exact name of virus, they have based it on the disease itself. Like in case of a lot of diseases at times, the disease is named after, like in human papilloma virus or in case of rotavirus, and we have seen this thing. So they have just named it SFTSV. V here stands for virus, otherwise the rest of the acronym remains the same. Severe fever, thrombocytopenia syndrome, virus. What is interesting is that it belongs to Bunya virus family. So in examination they might not use such a technical word, they might just say that the causative agent belongs to Bunya virus. So Bunya is not a difficult one to memorize, so you could just jot this down. For this virus family, there is another disease called Congo hemorrhagic fever, in which the vector is once again the same which we will just be discussing. So it belongs to the same family. So this is not at the first time some pig is transmitting disease to humans. It has been reported earlier as well. So it's just the novel Bunya virus family which is gaining attention once again. Now coming, it's a vector-borne disease, and we have seen in a lot of cases like in dengue, malaria, or you could say kalas, and in all these the viruses or the protozoan diseases are transmitted through a insect agent. So this is falls under the same category. There is a primary vector which is transmitting the virus to human beings, and it is transmitting through Asian longhorn ticks. The diagram which you are seeing is of ticks. Ticks, we all know, they belong to an arthropod phylum in which there are insects, centipede, millipedes. It's belong to arachnids. Arachnids, if I have to simplify, commonly the spiders fall under it. And what makes them different from insect is, in insect there are 3 pair of legs, but whereas in arachnid there are 4 pair of legs. So ticks, like spiders, have 4 pair of legs. So this is what the ticks is the main vector. And the ticks are not new to harboring virus. Almost they carry 70 to 80 different types of viruses. So that's why the cleanliness hygiene is of utmost important. And typically in long grasses, especially during monsoon, they should be avoided because the tick bite which may not just result into rash, it also might transmit you some viral or some protozoal disease. Now coming to human transmission, it is through a tick bite. So So we have to wear full sleeve clothes and avoid wearing shorts while going into the wild or grasses, because a tick bite can transmit certain disease. Now, the early warning signs are, as the name suggests, the first is the high fever. Then you also will see thrombocytopenia, which means when you will give a blood test, there will be a low platelet count. We all know thrombocytes, they are around 1.5 to 2.5 lakhs in a healthy individual. So fall in that normal count is a clear sign that there is chances of the thrombocytopenia. Also, leukocytopenia is also seen. Leukocytopenia means if the white blood cells, the number also falls. And the fever, chills, rashes, fatigue, myalgia, muscle pain, these are the other signs and symptoms. Eventually, it can also involve your nervous system as well. And it can be fatal as well, just I have highlighted it. Already 7 people have lost their life in the current outbreak. So where exactly is this current outbreak of this viral disease taking place? Once again, the country in focus is China, specifically the East China region. There are specific 2 provinces, Anhui and Jiangsu, where these cases have been reported currently. And even though there is no need to panic as of now, but still lot better such viral diseases if they have to be, because this particular disease once again has a fatality rate of almost 16 to 30%. So this is quite high, considering we all are reeling under the coronavirus pandemic, which fatality rate is currently 2 to 4%. And but still this one falls under high fatality rate category, so we should be more precautious and should not take this one as for granted. So whatever it takes, we should just control and eliminate this one as soon as possible. And what makes it more threatening is that currently there is no vaccination there for this SFTS. So this complicates the thing, and we could well acknowledge that we are already racing against time to develop a timely vaccine. A lot of human trials are taking place. Hopefully in early 2021 we will have a vaccine, and a lot of players are there. So once again, because prevention is always better than cure, so this disease once again falls under the category where there is no current vaccine available. Because the last episode of this was reported way back in 2009, almost 20 years back, in China itself. So this is not a disease which is prevalent in different parts. So there has been a lethargic response to developing vaccination for such a disease, because logistics don't go in its favor. Coming to treatment, there is a good news. It's not that there is no treatment available. Yes, there is a treatment available. There is a medicine, ribavirin. This medicine was quite effective against other viral diseases as well. So it has shown promising signs. So it can be treated. So you don't have to pick. There is no treatment and vaccine available. So this is what we have for SFTS. For now, you should just cover the basics, that it's a viral disease. It is transmitted through insect bite. Ticks are the main vectors through which the disease is being transmitted to humans through the insect bite. And finally, the thrombocytopenia. So make sure you also revise the blood topic. What are the different types of cells? What are the different functions? And what exactly is the vaccination and treatment? So this is what we have for SFTS. So if you have any specific doubt related to this particular disease, you could just jot down in comment section. I will try to answer the genuine queries. So I hope this session was useful. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day.